Hello, my name is James Means, and I will be doing an informative speech on the San Antonio Spurs franchise history. Okay. In 1976, the San Antonio Spurs joined the National Basketball Association, the NBA. They previously played in the ABA, the American Basketball Association. Their key player during this time period was George Gervin. He wore jersey number 44. His nickname was the Iceman, and he finished 16th on the all-time scoring list in NBA history. He retired in 1986 and was inducted into the National Basketball Association Hall of Fame in 1996. During this time period, the Spurs struggled as a team. They didn't win many games, but luckily in 1987, they were awarded the number 1 overall pick in the upcoming NBA draft, where they selected David Robinson. Although they selected David Robinson in '87, he didn't actually play until 1989 because he had military commitment because he attended the Naval Academy. David Robinson wore jersey number 50. His nickname was the Admiral. He finished 21st in all-time scoring in NBA history. He won Rookie of the Year in 1989. He won Most Valuable Player in 1995, and he won Defensive Player of the Year in '92. Most fans believe that the start of the Spurs' success was marked by the arrival of David Robinson because he established a culture with the team that has still been implemented to this day. He retired in 2003 and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2009. In 1996, the Spurs hired Greg Popovich as their head coach. In his tenure as head coach, Greg Popovich has won a total of 1,090 games to this day. He's had 17 straight NBA seasons with at least 50 wins, which is the most in NBA history. He's won 3 Coach of the Year awards, and he's won 5 NBA championships as a coach. The following year, the Spurs drafted the most beloved player in their franchise history, Tim Duncan, with the first overall pick. He wore jersey number 21, and his nickname was the Big Fundamental. He finished 17th on the all-time scorer list, and he won Rookie of the Year in 1997, and won back-to-back Most Valuable Player in 2002 and 2003. In 1999, the San Antonio Spurs selected Manu Ginobili with the 57th pick in the draft. He wore jersey number 20, and he was from the country of Argentina. In 2001, with the 28th overall pick, the Spurs selected Tony Parker. He wore jersey number 9, and he was from the country of Argentina. The Spurs were one of the first NBA teams to look for international players. They've had players from Argentina, France, Brazil, Spain, Italy. They've had players from all over the world. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili would be known as the Spurs' Big Three. They've won 4 championships together, even though the Spurs have won 5 NBA championships. The Spurs' first NBA championship was in 1999 versus the New York Knicks. Notable players on that team were David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Sean Elliott, and Avery Johnson. And Tim Duncan won Finals MVP that year. In 2003, the Spurs defeated the New Jersey Nets. Notable players on that team were David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker. And Tim Duncan won Finals MVP that year as well. And in 2005, the San Antonio Spurs defeated the Detroit Pistons, and notable players on that team were Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Bruce Bowen, and Tim Duncan won Finals MVP for that year as well. In 2007, the San Antonio Spurs defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James. They beat them 4-0, and notable players on that roster were Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Ginobili, Fabrizio Berto, and Bruce Bowen. And Tony Parker won Finals MVP. In 2014, the San Antonio Spurs played the Miami Heat, and they defeated them 4-1. And notable players on that team was Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker, and Kawhi Leonard, with Kawhi Leonard winning Finals MVP. Tim Duncan retired at the end of the 2016 National Basketball Association season. He finished 17th on the all-time scoring list, 6th on the all-time rebounding list, and 5th on the all-time blocks list. He was a 15 NBA All-Star selection, and he made 15 All-NBA teams. The Spurs look to continue the success they had as a franchise under Greg Popovich, with new players such as Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Patty Mills. They look to continue the winning culture left behind by David Robinson and Tim Duncan. Thank you for watching. I hope that I've informed you as much as I can on the San Antonio Spurs and what culture they bring and the players they've had and the championships they've won. Again, thank you for watching. Go Spurs, go!